welcome back to Esoteric Home. I am Jod. I hope you are doing well. It is Tuesday, the 28th of May, and tonight we're going to talk about a really cool technique, a really simple technique for programming the tree of life, your own personal tree of life. You can call it charging it, you can call it programming it, but this is something that I think is a nice nuanced technique. It's different than looking at a sigil. It's different than doing a mantra or a mudra or some form of ritual work. And just as a quick recap, this is the tree of life. So this is a picture of it. It's from Jewish Kabbalah. It goes back a long time, and this is kind of a picture of it superimposed over the human body. So it's a map. It's a map of layers of reality, different dimensions, of psychic centers, of energetic vortexes, whatever you want to say it. So really, it's a map, and it's got a lot of similarities to chakras. They're related in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, they're not. Some say they're on different levels. Chakras are more physical. These are more etheric, but we're just going to use it as a map. If you're interested in learning more about the Tree of Life, there is a ton of literature out there, a ton of stuff that you can find for free online. This is also a picture of the Tree of Life kind of superimposed over a human, over you, or me, or your body. And you can tell kind of the differences. There's some differences in the placement. Some have them up a little bit higher, some have them up a little bit lower. So it's up to you to kind of figure out what works for you, which one you like better. So we're going to do a simple exercise for how to charge these centers, these sephiroth, with intention. And this is a technique that I found pretty early in my magical career by a guy called S. Rob, who has some very interesting and out there stuff. I definitely think some of his stuff is more, let's just say, it's out there. Okay, so he has a couple really, really good techniques though. He's got a couple really wonderful techniques. A lot of his stuff I don't really care for anymore. But this is one of the techniques that I've used consistently. And the way that I look at this is like, let's say that you're trying to get a desire. There's something that you want, and you can think of it as a hole in the ground, And every time you chuck you have a desire, you do a ritual, you do some sort of spell work or whatever it is you call it. You're chucking a stone in that hole. You're chucking a stone, right? And so the more stones you can chuck in the hole, the quicker it's going to fill up and you get your desire. If you have a really, really, really strong desire, something that you really want, you're completely aligned with, you don't have any sort of conflict of belief or any sort of guilt or shame or fear around getting it, then that stone is going to be bigger, right? So the more energetic, the more emotional, the more mental, the more physical energy you can put into something, the more you really, really, really want something with your entire being, the more that hole is going to fill up, the bigger that rock in this scenario. So I always say, start with things that you really, really want, at all levels, that you feel good about getting, that you wouldn't really feel any sort of way if you did get it. But yeah, that's kind of a good, just a metaphor. The other one you can use is kind of a glass. Let's say that your glass is empty and you want it to be full, and when it's full, it means you get your desire, or you achieve whatever it is you want. Your manifestation comes to fruition. Desire can be like droplets of water, and the more sustained and the more consistent and the more you focus on it and give your attention and intention to it, the quicker that drop of water is going to turn into a stream, and eventually it fills up. So what we're doing in this ritual is we're basically going to charge these different centers with a simple intention, a simple intention. And it has the benefits of kind of also programming different areas of your body. You can do this with the chakras, you can do this with your organs. And as you can see, it starts at number 1 at Kether, and it goes Chokmah, Bina, Chesed, Geburah, Tibreth, Netzach, Had, Isad, Malkuth. For this exercise, we're going to be going down the tree of life. And if you have done the middle pillar before, you are, very much aware of the central channel. But for this exercise, we're going to be bringing the spiritual or the etheric down into our physical plane, down into our material existence, our 3D world. You can also do this exercise going up the tree of life, and you would just backtrack, from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 to 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 1. So I think it's like the path of the lightning bolt, the path of the flaming sword, but essentially, theoretically, if you want to manifest something, an idea, a goal, you're going to work down the tree. You're going to work down the tree because it's like bringing it from those lofty, kind of subtle, etheric levels down to our physical reality. If your goal is more spiritual wisdom, if it's union with the divine, if it's something more related to your spiritual growth in your overall soul well-being, stuff like that, then they say it's advisable to work your way up, almost like we're reaching for that divine level. We're drawing what's down, what's base, what's 3D, and we're bringing it up through the dimensions and up to the levels, and touching God, basically. So so you can really do this with any sort of intention. You can do this with really anything you want, but I would keep it simple at first. And then keep in mind, the more you do this, the more you are programming these centers in your aura with a specific intention. You're also activating them. So the more attention you give them, the more you perceive them, the stronger they get. So definitely it's good to work with the Tree of Life. Just as far as a map, it's fascinating, contains a lot of wisdom. But yeah, so I'm just going to kind of do a brief demonstration. There's a couple places that you can find this technique. Like I said, the one I found was this author on Ezra, it's Kindle Unlimited. Don't care for all of his stuff, but he's got a couple really good nuggets in there. So essentially, what you're going to do is, first get an awareness of all the energy in your body. So everything, and you kind of want to, take that energy and condense it into a ball into your chest, right? So you're gonna take all your energy, suck it into a ball into your chest. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that ball of energy, you're gonna go up to Kether. And like I said, we're just gonna, assume that it's within us. We're not gonna assume that's outside of us. And so for this intention, let's use financial abundance, right? Let's do financial abundance. So you're gonna take that energy from your chest, and in your mind's eye, imagine it going up to your forehead, Kether, and you say, Kether, give me financial abundance. Then you're going to move the light down to your right ear. You're going to say, Chokma, give me financial abundance. And then you're going to move it. Let me get my handy dandy cheat sheet. You're going to move it to your left over to Bina or Bina and say, Bina, give me financial abundance. And then for this exercise, you're going to move it down to your right elbow, which is Chesed, and you're going to say, Chesed, give me financial abundance. You're going to move that point of light over to your left elbow, and you're going to say, Geberah, give me financial abundance. Then we're going to go up to your chest, Tiphareth, and you say, Tiphareth, give me financial abundance. Now we're going to go down to your right knee, and say, Netzach, give me financial abundance. Then we're going to move to your left knee, Had, give me financial abundance. Then we're going to go up to your genitals and say, Yasad, give me financial abundance. And then we're going to split that into two balls going down your legs to your feet. And we're going to say, Malkuth, give me financial abundance. At this point, what we're going to do is allow the energy to go from Malkuth and fill your entire being again, just like we did at the beginning. And we're going to say, and so it is. So that's kind of just a quick demonstration. What I would do is get a printout of the Tree of Life and kind of, so you can kind of follow it along. But we're going, from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. So that's kind of, on this map where they've, put the centers, the Sephiroth. So try it out. I think it's kind of breaks up the monotony of doing a sigil work or doing a long ritual. It's really good because it gets your kind of spatial awareness activated. So you're learning how to move a ball of energy, and it's something unique. You know, you're not trying to affect anything other than yourself. So you're kind of focusing on these generators, these magnets, whatever you want to call them, these psychic centers, and you're becoming aware of it, which is great because it increases the strength and your perception of it. And then you're programming it with some sort of intent. And you can do this for love, you can do this for peace, wisdom, you can do it for, hey, bring me that car that I really want. It's stuff like that, more material stuff. But check it out. I found it really valuable. I started doing it again. It's one of the first things I kind of figured out, and really, really useful technique. So basically, just to summarize again, Tree of Life, it's a map. It's an energetic map, very similar to like your chakras. And you can learn so much wisdom from studying this. There's a lot of great authors who've written on it. Israel Regardie wrote a bunch of it. And then what we're going to do is simply start and go from 1 to 10, programming each center as if it's in your body. It is in your body. And then, spreading that energy. So again, just as a quick recap, take all the energy, gather it into a ball into your chest, rise up, start going through the numbers, the Sephiroth. When it gets to 10, spread it all back, so it is, seal the ritual, and then again, play around with going from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. I like that you're kind of moving in this pattern as opposed to your chakras or just your middle channel going up and down. But anyway, I wanted to hop on here and share something. I hope you've been doing well, and I know it's been a couple weeks, so I'm going to try and put out more content quicker, sooner. I've been reading some really, really good books, and I hope you're well. Yeah, definitely. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.